Testing the volume. Testing the volume. Sounds good. Hello and welcome back to Fortnite with Sephiroth TX, aka Joshua Winters. Before we get moving, I would like to ask that if any of y'all haven't read my novel yet, feel free to do so. It's available on any ebook store and as a paperback from Amazon and I believe Barnes and Nobles online. That would be The Bite of the Ancient. It is the sequel to The Bite of the Moon, and I kind of need the money. So yes, it's this be pandering out in the side streets. Only I'm in a living room playing video games instead of pretending to be homeless. This is the very first of a new series, or an old series. Okay, a new chapter, a new season, I guess, of an old series we've done called the Locker series. We haven't done the Locker series in years now, I believe. It's been a while. So what we do with the Locker series, used to be called the Skin series originally, is we go through my entire list of skins I have, but not all at once. This will be episodes. We spend less than 2 hours. We spend about 2 hours. So we'll be here till about one-ish, 1:10, um, give or take, and we'll go through each one. We'll try to keep match up this. We'll also be looking into the history of the character, where they're from, and what they do. A lot of the earlier characters will be from Save the World. Some of them will be more or less original, but maybe they have a future. That way, we do, of course, we're going to go through a couple of times because Jones and Ramirez have a lot of freaking things, but we will not repeat Jones's past more than once. I didn't come in till. Sorry, I didn't have him. I didn't come in till about season three, the end of season three. She must have already still been on sale. So I was around. I came in around the end of season three, just before chapter, or the end of chapter. No, season three is right. Just before season four and the meteor and all that stuff. Um, my friend had got me into playing it, so I have a few season three things, but not like battle pass. I don't. I got him. I'll buy him. I didn't get the battle pass till season four, and I didn't get all the season four's items. It was season five and on that I'd become a compulsive collector of every item. We also have a new week, so we're going to do some quests as well. What we do is we choose a skin, we go through its history, its storyline if it has one, and then we play. And first, we're going to do this one, Yuletide Ranger. Um, he does not have a. Oh, what the heck is that word? This is Eulipa. Someone tell me what that is. Does not have a skin, so we're just going to go through here and see if anything. If nothing quickly matches, then we're just going to go with randoms. We won't be doing any of the evos. So Yuletide Ranger is the season one skin, obviously purchasable off the store. I bought it during the Christmas. I don't know how long ago. Um, I believe he is a common reoccurrence in earlier Fortnite. I know he has another one where he's in a llama balloon, and he may be from the Save the World. Let's see here. Ranger. Go to our usual place. Is this it? Oh, and if for any reason we have internet issues, I will just stop this now and we'll do it later. That is not wrong. Is this wrong enough? They changed the look of our website here. It's such a- I don't this address. Yeah, this is the right location. Am I on? At the desktop sites. I hope so. Well, my plans may be ruined here if the can't get the website to work. So I don't think this website is going to show us anything. It just shows us the skin in 3D. I need this website to work for me. But Archive Fandom is being slow today. Oh, I know what it might be. Hold on here, guys. I'm going to reset my VPN. It may be. What's wrong? Oh, is Fandom no longer around? Yuletide Ranger. And just like normal, when I am doing the stuff on here, I won't be able to see the post and text down on my screen. I'll be able to see it up on the TV, but only if I'm looking. The data Spitfire. So the original character model for this is Spitfire. He originally shows up as in this area. I believe he is from Save the World. He shows up in this location as the recruit, which would make him one of the first OG characters, which means he was either just shoved in here from Battle from Save the World, or he is a member of IO. That's the only two that would show up that early is IO. Prior to being Yuletide Ranger, he was also the Scout and the Aerial Assault Trooper, which is just the same guy, Spitfire, in different military clothes, indicating he's sort of a military person. After Yuletide Ranger, he had Funk Ops, which is the disco one that during the disco season. Let's say he's a few sports skins. He's also Bright Gunner, the team member of Bright Bomber, which means he teams up with Ramirez, so he's a good guy. I do know that we see him in a trailer during the IO War, um, as I think Area Assault Bomber, but I'm not sure which one, um, fighting IO. So he's on our time. Giddy Up, we'll see later on, so I won't spoil that one. Apparently he's Bone Washed. I didn't know that. I don't have that one, but this is that weird animal masked one. He's also Bronto. I didn't know that. He is also Stratus. Stratus may or may not be an alternate reality version of him. We'll have him later on, so we'll look over him later on with that one. He's also Night Gunner, which is just a shadow copy of Bright Gunner. And that's pretty much it. He looks like most of him. There it is, Aerial Assault Bomber, Cybernetic Assault Bomber. Most of them are just him in different clothes, and there's a few alternate reality versions of him as well, but not a lot of them. So it looks like he's just mostly one guy who's been serial copied a lot, as he most likely goes in and out or changes styles. So that would mean that either he got in here as IO and was one of the people with Jonesy, um, just screwing around the loop and trying to figure out how it works. But more than likely, since we see him team up with Ramirez a lot, I believe, and he seems to be in, well, he has a lot of different anti-IO. Um, he looks like he's anti-IO. He's most likely a looper that was sent in the original wave with Ramirez from their destroyed but saved world, in Save the World. We'll be doing, or is Zero Build Royale? Also did it. Oh wait, this guy. Say I have a pass. You have a pass. I got Poopy Marge. We'll put her on later. Splurgy Marge. Marge, don't be splurging. Okay, let's see here. Guys, I want 0 builds. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got weekly quests and other quests we need to do, but I do believe there might be an new animated short out. There is. Here we go, guys. It says I watched it, but I have not. It lies. Huh, okay. Huh. Apparently it's broken. We'll come back here and watch it after a match, see if it'll work. So we need to do weeklies to unlock him, but we also have stories. So stage 1 of 9 completely says lost and found quests. Are you sure you know what you're doing, Bart?
I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer. I am evil
Now, of course, these older skins, they have upgraded their looks, so they look a bit different than they did back in the day. They don't always upgrade the looks, especially if they're third-party IPs. But for the old Fortnite skins, they usually do upgrade the looks. So he looks a little more. While he still has some of the funner coloring on his pants and stuff from OG Fortnite, he looks a little more HD than he used to. I've been getting a lot of views on my shorts lately, my roller coaster shorts. If you haven't seen those, they're fun to watch. Thinking of doing a vlog one day from one of the parks. Short overview of the parks I know. That's fun. I have to do this while there's a bunch of people. So, the dependence of how many people we do. Oh, fuck. Damn. Depends how fast the matches go. That match was very fast. So, move on to our next skin. Oh, I love the Simpsons comic. I love the Simpsons stuff. What's it talking about? So our next one will be Ramirez. Actually, no, that's not Ramirez. That's Ramirez. This is I don't remember her name. What is Stelz here? So we'll go to Nog. Nog Ops is again Christmassy, the very first season of Christmas. This metadata says she is not here. Her metadata is broken. Nice. I went to her frozen version. There we go. So the original skin is known as Headhunter, and she is from um, Battle Royale as well. She has a symbol on her shoulder, which you can't see here, but I believe Ramirez has the same symbol. Someone does. Yeah, this symbol here. Not entirely sure what the symbol is, but two assault rifles, and what appears to be a mask or a face. She's not the only one with it. Molly Jonesy would have it. A lot of Ramirez's skins have it. Anybody else have a freaking shoulder? She would have it. So yeah. So her original outfit way back in the day was a recruit. So she was one of the OG, probably an islander. I mean, probably from Save the World and shoved in here by IO. She changed into an assault trooper and a survival specialist along the way. And she became her most famous form is Renegade Raider. She's the Renegade Raider, um, which would show her in the sort of pilot hat and orange costume. She's also Sparkle Specialist for the disco stuff. Bunch of other stuff. Lots of Chinese celebration outfits, which indicate she has possibly some Chinese history. Maybe her world was basically Earth, a alternate form of Earth that had a China in it. She has a blonde version known as Sunstrider. Now, it is not clear if this is just her with dyed bleached hair or if this is an alternate reality version of the headhunter. The blonde version also puts on a bike outfit and becomes whiteout, as well as a field surgeon. Now, there's also a pinkish red hair version known as Bullseye. Again, we don't know if that's just their hair dye, if one of those two, or if it's an alternate reality version. There's also Flapjack. I did not know that because that's a bat hooded person. One of her, she also has Tinsel Toes, which is another Christmas version of her. One of her most um, famous versions, Maven. Um, Maven the Spy, or anything about Maven, I believe, worked directly with IO for a while. She looks like the original Headhunter, which would indicate that Maven stopped fighting IO to work with them, or maybe always worked with them. We're not sure. She also is her blonde version is also Sparkplug and Laguana. Her dark-haired version is Fastball, pink is Pastel. She the Black Widow outfit uses her face, so technically this version of Black Widow is a alternate reality version of Headhunter. She does have a butterfly copy, which is one of the few ones to have a like 0 point butterfly copy. This one's named Dream. It seems to be leaking out 0 point energy. She's also the toy trooper as well as Focus, which has gray hair. That could be any of them, probably powered. And she's Astro Assassin. It's unclear if that's one of these three versions or an alternate. Her blonde version also has a snow ice Christmas version of a Snowbell. Scuba Crystal dark haired version. She has some ice copies, actually, a couple of ice copies from Frost Raider and Ice Crystal. Ooh, what is that? Some shadow version known as the Monarch. I don't know if I have that. That one's cool looking. She has dozens of skins. She's been here for a while. Of course, we got the Renegade Rebel, which I think is an OG alternate timeline version. And then which is, I think, Ditto. Treasured Aura. I don't recognize that one. That's a hair version. The blonde one is last seen as Tide Strider recently. Um she's the OG time travel uh shit. Lifeguard, there we go. The dark hair version last was Bethany, which is her in a bathrobe. I don't recognize that one. The very last time she had any kind of skin on here was something known as Blick Fusion, which may be unreleased and is going to be related to this season. It's a glowing fusion version of her, which has like green glowing, somewhat translucent skin. green hair and has a bunch of atom stuff all over her, like atom symbols. I'm gonna assume just like the other one, they're not gonna have much. They don't have a skin series named after them, unless they do. No, they don't. Just that's her second form. Why not just third party our thing right off? There is a background to Chapter 4, Season 4. At the end of each chapter or season, once we get to the end of the season, if we have any how do you say, any of the wallpaper that belongs to this season, we'll go through them and try to work out what the child is. But this was season 1. There wasn't much. Season 1 was just the Islander, Io, and the Save the World people getting tossed into the loop for the first time. I like this capes physics. That's cool. No. Splurge standards. Can we not come right above for up corners? I get good. Dun, 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 dun. She gets some venom parasites in her. She needs to be dewormed. Apparently she borrowed Momo's car. Okay, there's one out there. If this is the same as usual, we just need to find her books. And after that, and actually, and nah, we'll keep that. Oh, that didn't last very long, did it? Where did the Homer clones come from? I'm assuming they appear out of the sky. Got our border collie with us. Hello, Squeaky. Smells good in here. Smells good in grilled cheese. We saw that. hire somebody here. Should have enough money to hire him. And that was a werewolf. I got base form. Y'all hear like a laser rifle? Can't not do that when I'm in a short area here. Homer doesn't need a shirt. I'm gonna do that. Aim is off. That got weird. Why did that get so weird? It's weird here too. Wow, that doesn't look washed out. That's weird. I don't see any Homer storms. I lag there? What the heck was that? Oh, I am laggy. Are we still okay? We seem okay. Where are the Homer clones? I need to find them? Do they just pop up somewhere? There's 2 storm clouds now. Let's just... That one's also just dropping donuts. There's the gosh darn Homer clone. Oh, just oh, a weapon. Okay. Oh, she scared the shit out of me. Oh, hey, Homer's Revenge. Oh wait, no, this side. Okay, that was a fairly long match. I didn't see any Homer clones. I don't know how to get those to spawn. I just saw donuts being dropped. Oh, we unlocked that puppy. Oh, we'll do that later. Oh, let's go ahead and get the passes done. It is reactor waste blinky fish stick because he didn't have enough reactor waste in him to make him blinky. Next up, we have season one's last. This is Jonesy. Now, Jonesy had different versions. So, this is where we get a little bit of a longer win. While we know Ramirez was in the original Save the World and came from Save the World and helped lead the battle against the last reality there, Jones has two alternate beginnings. Jones was in Save the World. I don't know if he's known as Jones or by his alternate version. I had to look it out real quick. One's name is what? And codename Elf. What? Oh, rare metadata. Metadata known as Jonesy, of course. Jonesy model outfits. So Jonesy has two originating forms. The original is in Save the World. We do not know if that's the same I.O. Jones that is in this, and maybe he was sent over to Save the World to check them out, like he was sent into the loop to check it out. Or if there's an alternate reality Jones. But all the Joneses that are in this reality, as far as we know, are 0 point copies of the I.O. Jones. The I.O. Jones apparently met and came into the I.O. at the time he had a family. He used the tech that Gino had to make himself live forever. He's not immortal as far as if the original Jones gets shot in the head, he can die. But he cannot age. He's thousands of years old, at least 8,000 years old, and he lived past the death of all his known close family, his wife and maybe kids. Jones was sent in by the IO to the loop first to once it was created to study it, its effects and everything, and that's why he has one of the most prominent lists of uh, copies ever. One of the first ones here, of course, is the Recruit, known also as Jonesy the First. He also Jonesy the First also has that same tattoo Ramirez has. So not entirely sure what that tattoo is about, but it's the assault rifles. He also changed his outfit to Ranger, which was a yellow outfit. First Strike Specialist, Recon Scout. These are all likely IO related things. His less IO related one was Skull Trooper. Where he blended in for uh, Halloween. But he was one of the first Halloween outfits that way. This I didn't know. He is actually the base of the Black Knight, which means Jonesy is the Black Knight. We don't know if he's acting, if this is an alternate reality version of him. I always thought the knights were somewhat possibly mechanical or demonic. Of course, then we have Codename Elf. The elf was probably just him screwing around for Christmas. We have Circuit Breaker. He is also the basis of Crackshot, which is his own character. So likely either Crackshot is a insane zero copy of him, uh, him as acting taking personality once it became a zero copy, or a completely alternate reality version of him. We do have a dark haired version of him that shows up first as the Devastator and then shows up again as High Rise Assault Trooper. We don't know if this is him dyeing his hair, which is likely, or if this is an alternate reality version of him. He looks exactly the same, except for he has dark hair in these three versions. Um, he has some more masked ones. He's Mission Specialist, which is a Space Trooper. He's the Rust Lord, which is the Star Lord ripoff. He's Rex, of course, we already knew that. Oh, he's Burnout. We did not know that. So he's Burnout, part of the RPM series. Warpaint, which is the PSN Troop series. He is the person behind the mask of the Moisty Merman. He was probably inside the movie, trying to figure out what they were doing on the island and how they were able to produce a movie inside the loop. He has a brown-haired version known as the Star Spangled Trooper. Oh, he's Sledgehammer. Okay, so he has an extremely brown braided version with a backwards cap known as Sledgehammer. We do have him somewhere. We'll see him later. He has an all. We know this was an alternate reality because either this is an alternate reality or he got into the Viking mood to try and figure out what the Vikings were doing there. But he's also Magnus. Suntan Specialist is one of his famous ones. So that is a life card version of him shown in the Cube Rises. We also have Real Surgeon. He has tons. I literally could sit here all day. Here is Seawolf, which is his pirate version of him. Dark haired, but we're going to assume that was just him infiltrating the pirates. We have Bunker Jonesy. Bunker Jonesy is actually the one of the earliest versions of a copy of a copy. So Jonesy the first, who was a 0 point copy to begin with, the first time Jonesy ever came in, just after season 8, went into an underground bunker and became Bunker Jonesy. When he came up, the 0 point created a copy of the original Jonesy and allowed Bunker Jonesy to live as original Jonesy the First, and then allowed Bunker Jonesy to go on as his own 0 point person, indicating the 0 point can copy 0 point copies if they change enough. Dark Jonesy is the reaction of Jonesy touching the the cubes or something like it, and becoming a copy. There's a Ramirez exactly like him. He came in around season X, so he's in chapter 1 long after the cube had vanished, but he could have been created around the cube's for timeline. That said, in season X, there was also a cube that was rifted in from an alternate reality, so maybe he was born of that cube. All Jones had to do was touch it to become that. There's other dark versions of him too, like a Dark Rex, or copy of Rex. Um, Christmas stuff. Another one I like, Relax Fit Jonesy, which is pretty much his version of the dude. You'll see him later on. Regular Agent Jones, which is his original form. So it looks like the last Jonesies we've had here, there was Skull Commander, which is a metal masked version of his Skull Trooper, and it is him under that mask. And this is in an OG alternate timeline. This is an alternate version of him. He looks kind of villainous in that version, so that Jonesy may not work for IO, or maybe a more willing version of IO. Then we have Battalion Brawler, which I have not seen yet. He seems to be the latest one. He may be unreleased. It's Jonesy in a blue and white sweater. I would not be surprised if that's a Christmas thing that comes up. He's in Colorado, where he's in that bee uniform, that Mexican bee um, show. I don't know the name of the show. Sorry. Okay, so Codename Elf has Polar Legends set. back link? Okay. So Codename Elf has actually got 3 different series. This one is a reference to Elf, the movie. This is pretty much what's his name's outfit, Will Ferrell's outfit. This one is not a reference to anything. This is a mint style. The mint is not quite understood. It seems to be Christmas related infection or copy or power of some kind, usually turning the characters into a dark, almost blacklight looking blue, purples, and whatnot, with this green kind of uh, misty glow coming from their eyes, power. And then we have Codename Helper, which is a reference to the elf from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. At this point, this would be his second season in Fortnite, so he's probably just messing around. I don't know how he got the mint power and what happened to that, unless it was temporary or like a cursed copy like the dark ones. Oh, wait. We were going to see something here. Cancel. Can we watch the animated short now? The animated short seems to be broken. Reload modifier madness. From November 15, 2029, the map rotation and reload will include modifiers that alter the storm. Just add slurp everywhere or turn the floor into lava. Head to reload lobby to learn more. Interesting. So we could have just a lava map, a storm altering map, or a slurp map. Just interesting. That is from our Halloween event at the end of map 2. No, 3. Map 3. Sorry, map 3. Before its destruction for Chrome. Jonesy's pants in this version are just modified regular pants from the OG game. Okay, we're just gonna go out here and survive and try to see if we can find homers on the way in. Get vines on them. Guess that might be the holly. A goddess's surfboard. I believe this belongs to a Grecian goddess, if I'm correct. Not a good shotgun. I don't know why did I draw my bad shotgun. Put that way like that. Ah, we have a glitch here. Hiccups. Where do we just choose? Oh, hey ball. Just darken the glows. Let's see what this does. Why does this sound like that? Characters, we got Jonesy, Midas, Ramirez, or Bright Bomber, and the Cult Team Leader, getting there all on the island. I'll take that. Yeah. this real quick. Probably give me some XP, maybe. Are we blind, Laura? Jesus. But I guess thank you for this. Oh, I don't need to get that. She gave me more. Okay. Still don't see clones of Homie. If y'all know how to activate the clones of Homer, let me know. Unless they just appear out in storms. I've only seen donut storms. There's storms, I guess. That doesn't say donut on the storm, so maybe that's a Homie storm. That's 300 miles away. Do I have any kind of cars? Car. Ooh, I'm having lag. Oh, the storm disappeared, but I guess I could go that way and see if there's anything there. Oh, I think climb trees. I don't know why I thought you could climb trees. One exploded. Everything else loaded? Eliminated who? The fuck is a Lotta? Oh, Another storm of some kind. I mean, I'm seeing the donuts fall. I'm just not seeing the homers. Chrome Punk. Chrome Punk killed me. Still no homer clones. Just donuts. Okay. The green vest. Cool. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, for some reason Tyler, the creator, is in here. I didn't even know he was still a thing. Right, Tyler. So our next one is Blue Team Leader. Blue Team Leader is Ramirez, I believe. I believe this. Well, is she Ramirez? I believe she's Ramirez. This is definitely Ramirez. Pretty sure she's a copy of Ramirez. Well, this will be able to tell us. Yep, this is a copy of Ramirez. I believe this is a PSN version. This is around season 2, so that'd be their second season in Fortnite. I remember 1 or 2 was one of the shortest seasons ever. It was all like weeks long or something like that before they got to season 3 and started doing like major things. Oh, I'm pressing there. Ramirez again is originally from Save the World. She usually has this tattoo on her earlier in the games. This is the same tattoo Jonesy the First has on him. Don't know what the tattoo is. It could indicate some kind of tag by IO. Could indicate some kind of survival and save the world. In so, that would indicate that the Jonesy that made Jonesy the First, the IO Jonesy, did have that tattoo on him, which means the Jonesy that was in Save the World is IO Jonesy infiltrating into that world. So we've never had I believe, a full on confirmation of that. Like Jonesy, Ramirez was one of the first ones thrown in here, only she was thrown in as a looper from the Save the World when the survivors were kidnapped by IO. Her original is, of course, the recruit, which looks like this with a green sweater and no hat. Got commando, munitions expert, recon specialist, nothing really changing there. Her first big change was Cool Trooper. It appears to be just a makeup for Halloween, so she's not really undead. She is under the Red Knight's helmet, so like Jonesy was the Dark Knight, she is the Red Knight. I'm not clear if Jones and her were working together at some points because it looks like they worked close together. Likely Jonesy just never told her he was part of IO. If they did, because I don't think she likes IO much any more than most of the Islanders would. She has her first big hair change. Good morning, the Lionessin. As Bright Bomber. Bright Bomber would see her hair dyed red and wear a kind of rainbowish costume. It wasn't like a real rainbow. It was an off-colored rainbow, and it wasn't like a LGBT rainbow. It was just a Fortnite colored rainbow. And then after that, the Red Nosed Raider, which would be over Christmas, and then she'd have this Blue Team Leader. She would be the person under the mask under the skiing person, just like Jonesy's the male version of that. She is underneath Cuddle Team Leader originally, and she's also the Elite Agent and Rose Team Leader, which we see Rose Team Leader later on. Her first big change as storyline would go outside militarism, and I guess Cuddle Team Leader would be Technique, where she would become sort of a uh, or she would become a spray paint artist inside the loop. Um, we would also see a robotic or android version of her known as Chromium. We don't know much about Chromium as far as I'm aware, but she is a robot version of Ramirez. Um, she would become a thief later on as Rapscallion. Both her and Jonesy would be the thieves. It's not clear exactly what they were doing together, unless Jonesy was just playing Infiltrator and maybe they became friends. Very unlikely Ramirez worked willingly with IO. One of my favorite skins of her is Dark Bomber. We actually get a screen later on for this when she would touch the cube, the original cube, Kevin, and it would create a copy of her, the Bright Bomber version at least. At this point, Bright Bomber is probably a 0 point copy in the first place. So right before Dark Bomber, Ramirez was Peekaboo. That was her latest form, was a clown. Ramirez is also underneath the arcane. It is unlikely the Ramirez we know, who has no like real superpowers, suddenly became a arachnid powered fiend for a little while. So this is likely an alternate reality version of her, where that alternate reality Ramirez is a spider queen of sorts. She would also become Elmira. Now, Elmira's purple haired and looks a little different. And she has magic powers. So this can indicate Elmira is an alternate version of Ramirez. Um, Ramirez would also be the Night Witch, likely again an alternate reality version of her, or possibly part of Elmira. She'd have another darkness copy of her when the zero copy of the Red Knight would touch a curse and become the Dark Red Knight, as well as the Dark Triceratops. And I'm just trying to get down to the end here because there's a lot of her. Some of the last ones we've seen of her is there's a blonde, short-haired version of her, which could just be her with a bleached hair, or it could be an alternate reality version of her. It's almost like her and Jonesy created, named as Voltaria. I don't remember this one. I haven't seen it in here before, so this may be unreleased. There's also Street Wave Technique, which was the OG remix, as well as Redline Racer, which means the OG remix had two alternate versions of her. Again, because this is a time travel, we don't know if one of these are Ramirez just going into the alternate timeline with the red cube, or if these are just alternate versions of her from that timeline. Two-Way Technique has super pink hair, which would probably indicate that this is an alternate version of Technique. Redline Racer pretty much looks like the original RPM version of her. Okay, let's get in here, Blue Team Leader. Um, I have no idea if she has anything. What is the outfit called? Fortnite style. What's this? Ooh. Ooh. It would be down near the season 2. I don't see anything that screams from Ares or the matter season 2. Just some stuff that doesn't have the correct timing on it. So likely nothing. And with that, we still have the same quests. I have not seen any Simpsons. If I don't see any Simpson this round, I'm going to switch over to regular battle royale and see if we can't find him there. If I don't see him in the next play, then we may just say screw it and go into different mode.
I am evil Homer. I am evil.
Oh, get out of here. Okay. Let's go over here. Ish. The blue house. Blue for blue. He's losing money. Oh, we got a Midas slide here. Just right to Midas's bullets. And she actually has a bright bomber backbling. Ironic. It's one of her own future versions of a backbling. Keep that one with. What the fuck is everybody? Whew. He had a much better weapon than I had. I had a lot. Is that it? Okay. We'll be heading this way, I guess. Our border puppy with us too. This is more indication that they didn't completely combine together correctly, because it's just they fell off the edge of the island here. Yes, I had to do that. making this place a studio. No walls between rooms. Whoop, I didn't mean to break the bed. There we go. Perfect. That's fun. I honestly don't know how to get to the homers. I haven't seen the homer here yet, so we may be moving into regular battle royale next to see if it pops up. And if not, we'll abandon the homer stuff for the weekly stuff. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. Also, eliminate homers. If we get homer clones, we'll go ahead and take them out, but that's if we see them. I hear music. Zayak. I'm back here. My goodness, could I move? Can I miss any more with that weapon? There's Iron Man in his sun armor. And the person who worked for the nothing, faceless man, the nobody, the chrome, who knows? Oh, it's a song. Okay. This is another version of Joni. At this point, he is in season 3, so he's been here for 3 seasons. Roughly, there wasn't a lot to go in between the 3 seasons, but Tilted was created, so it's had to be a few years. But since he's technically immortal, who knows what time means to him? It's a war paint series, so we'll see if we have any war paints. Here, where are these considered war paint? I can see I have some on him. You, I don't understand. Waypoint. Huh. He does have a backbling, so his outfit says just for the job you want. And apparently he wanted to be a headhunter of some kind. Uh, Good morning. And, oh, actually, well, yeah, it's good noon, I guess. Welcome to our locker series. This is his backbling. It says pursuit on the trail, which indicates he's on the trail of someone in this. He does have one of these. It's weird, these are spread. So this season, the war paint here gets season 9. It is well, it matches his stuff. It just didn't come to season 9. In season 8, they released the glider. They released war paint stuff spread throughout for some reason. I don't know why. That's about it. War paint again is the next version of Jonesy. This appears. If we're talking about MS2 season, aka the Simpsons season, I would have to say Stupid Sexy Flanders just because it's funny. This is dark haired Jonesy. Again, we're not entirely sure if this is just Jonesy with dark hair and maybe he bleaches his hair or vice versa, darkens his hair, or there's an alternate version Jonesy. But most Jonesies are supposed to be old, the same Jonesy that works for IO. So this is likely just Jonesy with dark hair. What do you think? He bleaches or dyes his hair black? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just do the other quests. Since the Springfield story quest was more. You know what? Hold on here. Let's pause here. Pause. See if I can't get this video to work for y'all. I have no idea. Mama cat, where are cat pets? Huh? How come we don't have any cat pets? I'm wondering if they release a pet based on the old backbling pets, if like with Bonesy, they'll give us a free copy. If so, I do have that robot cat and the lizard. Banana. At this point, of course, season 3, he is working via IO, so I'm assuming if he was at war with anybody, it'd be at someone on IO's favor. Unless he was just, but he is in the PSN's Team Blue version, which, oh, no problem. For some reason, you're not showing up on my chat down here, so if I missed any of your questions, I do apologize, but you're welcome. That's weird. Why aren't you showing up on my live chat down here? Live chat's messed up. What's new? Let's go to the cornhole. You think Cornholio lives here? What the hell was that, and where did he come from? Blue. Oh, yeah. I got a good one. Eat my 5-gun. Your ass. No, he got a 5-gun. Oh, he got a better 5-gun too. I am dead. I am dead. I am dead. How am I not dead? How am I not dead? How am I not dead? Oh. It counts as talking to a character? Just looking for chests. Containers. Any type of containers, actually. Oh. Or get me some of. I like how he just tosses it. How is this container? I can't tell. Does this should clear me then? Yep, that clears it. Damn. Okay. Jonesy down. Got this. I'll just steal the Labinator. Oh, that's for what's his name? Weeklies. Collect weapons inside. Don't storms travel distance while under affected tomatoes. Tomatoes give me an effect? Oh, hold on. Cancel that. I'll keep trying this over and over again to see if it goes through. Okay, so this one works. This one works, but we've seen all of these. Can't get in that one for some reason. I guess you can go watch it. And I believe it's the new one. It shows Homer as zombies coming in and wrecking the place, and they're shooting zombies. They turn into a big store, but then turn into a giant Homer. And that's all I know. I haven't seen all of it. I was trying to watch it with y'all. It's all me too. So also in season 3, we do have another Ramirez. This is the pink team leader. This would indicate she was at the time leading some kind of pink team. Bye, Mama Cat. See you later, alligator. Let me check something here. We got about 30 minutes. So I'm going to keep this to 2 hours, which means we'll do a line or two each time we come in here. So we got about 30 minutes left. So this is roast team leader with the roast team. We'll go ahead and hit. Ah, oh, this is the desert rose. Reminds me of the song from Sting. No idea how you got in here. Strawberry. And yeah, you don't make any sense whatsoever, but whatever. This is her backbling the skirmish. Rose team says, stop and smell the victory. It's a play on a rose. Her skirmish says, stay in the fight. Indicates she was in a fight and skirmish. If you wanted to get out, this is her rose glow. Just like the other one, they spread this out. This is season 3. This is season 8. Put the petal to the metal. Lighter is season 9. Part of the rose team. It says battle tested and pleasantly scented. And that's it. Ramirez always had a good looking model. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to tomatoes and eat them and see what happens. I didn't notice a effect on me. Resident Evil Survival Unit is a phone game? That's weird. We have a Flood Watch. Well, Ramirez has been studying cursed magic. Bullshit. Damn, she had a 5 gun. A purple 5 gun. Damn. So I don't know what's going on with my live chat. It's not showing anything ever since Alien said yo. So live chat is not currently working. If you talk to me and I'm not looking at the screen, it may indicate that. And I may not see y'all. They changed that around. Do you think? Change that around. Do you think we might be able to get in here? Yeah. Okay. Who is our next locker? Next locker loadout is going to be the Space Explorer. He is purchasable in the store. He does have a few series of um, he has some history, I guess I should say, because he does have an alternate reality version of him that is like Midas, and then he did try to go on a date with fish sticks in the future. That's what I remember about him, honestly. Leviathan, and there's a lot of space explorers here. Okay, you're not. Say hello to the government before we knew their IO. That was their symbols. So this one is Space Explorers. So it's part of this set. They're somehow related. So is Corrupted Voyager and the original Voyager. This is Midas. I don't know why he's here. This is actually the second version of the Storm Midas, where he's powered up by the Gold Midas's anti-shield. This is technically a second version of him, where he was put in through a machine and turned into a slurp monster by the Chaos Agent. And this is the Midas version of the Gilded Elites. You can see he's like leaking gold. I don't know what that means. Is it fake gold that's been painted on there? Is he oozing actual gold? Oh wow. Is he actually a alternate version of Midas? Is he fake? Who knows? This is for him. So his face lore says, call me Fishman. This one says, do not tap the glass. He does not have one of these. Okay. That is a Death Star. He does not have one of these either. Interesting. So these will be going back up to random. You know what? Let's just leave them as they are. It'd be way too hard to get them back up to random. I don't like random though. We're not using it, so never mind. I thought we would have his pickaxe and everything. I swear he had like a satellite pickaxe. And like a satellite fall. Maybe that wasn't him. Maybe it was separate. Who knows? Why are you poking me? Okay, so we're gonna look him up in the store. I don't think, other than the two we saw, there's much for him. Unique headpiece, unique everything. I will say that I have seen some. I've been looking at the beans version of these guys, and yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. The beans kind of just look like half-assed. So here we do have some story down here for him. There's a picture of him touching one of the dancing fishes. It says, "Don't get caught singing the blues." Him discovering that we hung dead fishes on the walls and made them dance. There's just some advertisements here. That's pretty much it. They worked it out in the remix. Oh, him versus Mysterio back in his thing because Mysterio has a bulb on his head, like a fishbowl on his head. And it shows them hug it out. Okay, interesting. Leviathan's designs have been remade the following outfits. For Leviathan, the classification outfits that their character are the same connect with the game's lore. Oh, yes, it does. Trivia: Leviathan's in-game description might be a reference to the first line in the book Moby Dick, "Call me Ishmael." By removing the L and putting an F in front of the N at the end of Ishmael, you get Leviathan's in-game description, "Call me Fishman." Leviathan bears a resemblance to the character Minion from the movie Megamind. Yes, he does. I'm going to try something real quick. We hit regular battle right now. See if we can't watch this. And well, it was worth a attempt. Oh, a fish would do. But a fish relax in a bath. Stuff is not muddy. The heck? Oh, it's a squirt gun guitar. Okay. Okay, it's gonna be chaos down here again. At least we get through the uh locker fairly quick at doing this. I don't remember entirely whose glider this is, but I think it's the war god, for not the war god, the hunter god from I don't understand, what does it mean affect the tornadoes? Yeah, the tomatoes. You may actually have to look this one up. Hold on here. Oh, okay. We have to wait for a patch to go live. Is that noise I keep hearing? Yeah. Yeah. And then what? They can hear you meowing. The heck is that? I didn't see that earlier. Okay. Almost done with the battle pass. Did you squeaky? Our next one is Zoe. Zoe's gonna be my first outfit from my very first Battle Pass season. Again, I did not finish the Battle Pass season. Now, Zoe is different. If you look at her outfit, it is based on Candy. She's got some licorice looking tights that don't hide a lot. Buttons. She's got some gumdrop buttons there on the waist and around her skirt. And she's got licorice ties into her hoodie, as well as gum drop buttons around her shoulders there. Um, her boots have what appear to be Oreos on them. Her hat has peppermints on them, and I think pretty much it. She is the Sweet Tooth series. When I think Sweet Tooth, I think evil head flaming clowns. This is her back bling. Back bling, much like the rest of her, has candy all over. There's actually a candy cane and a chocolate straw. You want to call those straws? Stuck on the left side, two lollipops on the right. There's some kind of cookies with the candy center on both sides, and a bunch more gumdrops. This is her tool. It's like a mixture of a lollipop and those. Wow, brain's gone blank. The candied chocolate covered pretzel sticks you get from like Japanese aisles. It'd actually be an interesting combination. How come someone hasn't done this? I picked that. This is her glider. It was one of the first gliders I believe I remember making music when you open it. Yeah, it was squeaky. And it has a bunch of gum drops over it. Kind of I don't know, red or white peppermint looking wings and some gummies on the back end. Of course, no cooks, no trails, and no auras. Let's look her up and see if she's. I do know she's had a second copy at least. Fortnite. There we go. They need to make it where the search engine goes to the new wiki Bandom area. Oh, I put that in. I'm actually in there. I think so. Zoe. Let's see. Right off the bat, she has two Lego forms, one with a hat, one without a hat. And clothing, her bean style is actually pretty cute. She has some character reactions in Chapter 2, Season 6. If she talked to Tomato Head Lady, she said, "Don't start nothing, won't be nothing." That isn't indicating what. Sounds like there's some past heat with the Tomato Head Lady. Maybe. Candy Lady likes Tomato Head. And of course, she's also been remixed into the Tropical Punch Zoe, which we'll get to a later date. She appears to have one loading screen. I don't even think I have this loading screen. It just shows the outfit. Pretty much it. So we'll go into her metadata now. Of course, the head is named Zoe. Zoe only has two forms. This and Tropical Punch Zoe. That's it. That's all she's ever been used and made. She's her own monster. So not a lot of story behind her. I do have a story. I think I may have caught this online, so it's somewhere in my large collection of uh, videos where her skirt got stuck and wouldn't move up and down, so it stretched up above the head and down below, and it looked freaky for some reason. Made my skin crawl. Yeah, should have to come up with this. Yeah. I don't even know where I got this screen from. Probably a free one from somewhere. What is this one? Oh, the Young Black and Rich song away. I don't remember it having a surfboard underneath it. Come here, Speaky. So we can't do the Tomako one, or the tomato one, apparently, according to what I read. So we're going to go to the Donut District. We're going to try and hit a storm and get the donuts. And then if we see any, we're going to try and eliminate the Homer clones. We may not be able to do that if they have not updated. Because what they didn't do is while they released the new episode, I didn't get an update this morning. So they haven't added a patch. We likely need to wait for a patch for the Homer and tomato thing to go into effect. But we should be able to do collect weapons inside a storm. Back this cat and put it in a storm is what I'm going to do. Checking time real quick while we're flying. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, don't call it. We got to Zoe. So he's one of the more unique skins. I like it. Not to mention the times are kind of hot. Well, do you want to do that? They appear to be in some kind of factory. Not sure what for, though. Get back here, I was going to pay you, Dick. The heck is this chest at? Got you the ribs. Anything cool for me? Not really. I had a bullet fly blast me out of that. Sorry, Mando. Are these still the best? Oh no, that's right. They're hound guards now. For a while, they were taken care of by the masked people run by the vampire, which indicate that he had influence in. Thank you for your contributions. Arto. I need a storm to appear so I can go collect some shit out of a donut.
I am evil Homer. 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 I am evil.
There we go. I got 16 seconds. Any weapon. Any weapon. 9. No weapons. Ah, darn it. Make it. Darn. Okay, what time is it? One more, or is that it? One more. Okay, we're gonna have one more skin. This will likely be our last skin. Guess if I had to choose, so she came in chapter three. Chapter three storyline, season three storyline. I remember the season three battle pass and stuff was, oh, not season three. I'm sorry, season four. So this was the meteor came in and it hit, and we had a superhero story being made. So there could be different reasons for Zoe's, including she could be part of the superhero troop with some kind of candy powers. It's not indicated. Candy coated chaos, sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Don't crash. We don't really have any indication who she came from. We go down to here. Sweet tooth. I don't even think we have anything here. Nothing here either. Um, so yeah, we don't know exactly her reason for being on the island. She could just be an islander, someone native to the area, who got caught up in the loop. She could have been thrown in here from another reality for IO, and maybe she was just in the candy and she lost her memory due to the loop's powers. Um, she could be part of the implausible team making a picture on the island, and she could be a villain or hero having to do with candy. If this is chaos, I would assume villain. Um, if we go into that, actually, we go down to, it should be some of my first if they have any back in chapter season. I think so. It didn't show anything for best season four here. We got nothing with her in it, so not sure what her storyline is. So next time we come in, oh, we were gonna do one more, weren't we? So we gotta do one more. Just because I paused doesn't mean anything. Well, let's see here. What time are we at now? 2 hours. So that'll be our end. Our next time we'll come in with Wingman, and it looks like we might get about two or 1.5 to 2 lines done, depending on how quick we die each time. Um, I'll continue to work on the quests and stuff on my own, or we may see it next time you see me. I don't know when next time you see me is. But peace out, guys.